ever wondering how a music producer start developing his own website? So this is why it matters, because I think most of the times as a music producers we want like to portray, we want like to put our work out there, but sometimes we struggle to find the tools for that. So it's like, okay, it can be a fun journey to start and doing something about it. And I start my journey of developing and doing my own website, and I'm quite impressed on how much I did so far. I still have a lot to do, but I want to show you how I'm doing right now and how you can achieve maybe some inspiration on something that at first can be overwhelming, but now on my point right now I feel like it's quite fun, and it's feels like a new tool or a new plugin I'm discovering. But in this case it's just learning how to code. So I want to show you the tools I'm using for this. First of all, I have in here my Visual Studio Code with color thingies, colorful things, and folders here. You can see, oops, you can see colorful folders because colors is everything, coming from Ableton, of course. And this is everything I need. So I only need to, like needed like a DAW or something, like I could understand how everything is done. And this is for me now Visual Studio Code. It feels like the Ableton of coding right now for me. But it's not the only tool I'm using. Also, I'm using this tool called Figma that really like allows me to design like all the buttons, all the letters, all the way how the web page I want them to look. I'm gonna make it more detailed as I explain what I did so far. So first of all, I want to build the skeleton of my website. So with that, I needed to choose what languages I need to learn. So first is the most basic one is the HTML, and is the hyperlink markdown language, something like that, and that makes you choose what structure you want. So here I learn how to like what exactly means different classes and different like parts of what you want to have on your page. So I started like to put the dog type, of course, with a lot of help from AI and YouTube videos. I'm still figuring out, but what I understand is like the key point of this is the tags of each of the parts of the website. So this is like in these little signs you found is the tag. So for example, I here have a head, I here have a link, or I have a title, and then deciding like what exactly goes for each thing. So the main things for this is the head, like the head of the document, then the body, that what you put inside, like it's more clauses that divides and lets you choose different things. Then the main, when you can like divide things like sections, and I'm quite still figuring out like how to do everything, and then you close everything at the end. So it's like you open a part and then you close it and then you put whatever you want inside. That's why I found out so far how it's done. So when I was like struggling like and learning how to find these tags and what I use it, all of them, I was then worried because all of these like look like shit. Look like complete like okay, but this is like some like old stuff, websites that doesn't have any style. So I was looking for a style. So then I found CSS. So here on my webpage, I link it with my style sheet to see where is my CSS file. And then on the CSS file, I decide what colors, what all the things I need to put on my webpage. So here is like the most basic thing. Of course, this on green is because ChatGPT helped me a lot to figure out like what it's for. So that also like is a good way of learning. Okay, this is this. So I wanted like because coming from music is like very easy to. Okay, I need to make it like some sort of control, some sort of like knowing what is what, and have like some divisions on the things that I'm coding. So here on root variables, I put like primary colors, for example. So this is like quite different as having tags. So it's like you here can assign on HTML like classes or IDs here, and these classes IDs are using in CSS to refer them and to like tell them that, hey, I want you that you have this name to be this kind of color or this kind of space or this kind of style. So here I make a whole of colors and backgrounds and spacing and sizing like as a presets kind of way. So in these presets I decide which is my primary color. I like experiment with radial gradient that looks amazing and everything, and different like ways of showing this stuff. So there's like a lot of like also like in animations that you can do, and spaces is like it's crazy how important is the spaces. So that came like figuring out like, okay, it's all of this is cool and everything, but I want to figure out like what I want to do, because it's like you have so many options, like a color palette of so many options that I want to like to choose. Okay, but what exactly I would like to have as a website. So looking for references, looking for other music producers that have like landing pages. So it's like, okay, I want to show my services. My purpose is to show my services and to show like also my style. So I wanted like to sketch all of this. So all of this idea just like make me wonder, is there other more visual program that I can do this sketching? So I found like Figma is like a program that you design the UI, the user interface, in a way that you can see like slides on a PowerPoint, all how the web page will gonna look like if you keep scrolling. So this is like my Figma project that I built. So I create like like the main page. So I use like photos that I have for a set to really like find how actually like needs to be done, like the style is, because I'm gonna put the video, for example, here, and I decide like here, for example, hey, I want to have like this my logo here and have like languages here, of course, like as a guideline for me. So I want to have like this like kind of buttons and to choose where to go, and have this call line here that is gonna be like also like I'm learning like the call to action concept, that you need to put people to, okay, you need to click here, you need to click there. Also on a login page, also free downloads, because I also want to give to the community like not only my service but also like samples or ideas or tutorials that I could share with everyone. So if we go down, I found like about me. So it's like my description. Of course, this is still a guideline like to let me know what I want to put on my coding, that it can show up on the final product. Then my services, like I can choose a variety, so I can see like it's like different buttons like I have to refer. Then testimonials, people I have working with me, and I can put like different. I was thinking here put like a slideshow and put like all the different concepts and comments that other people have of me. And then join the Aka family, because I want to build a community, because this is like I want to create a thing that I can be involved with more people. So it's something that I project like to grow and to learn from each other. That's what I ideally. Then I create membership benefits, exclusive things, unique sample packs, Discord. So I can see here, I want like different parts to it. Then pricing, because of course I gonna offer my services, and I want to see, okay, how many prices. So it was like, okay, how other websites like build it. So I'm choosing different like packs, so people like can choose whatever they want, and then put the benefits, and then have the the option to choose between monthly and yearly, and that's also more knowing the people how they want to spend or how they need on the services I have. And then build also like a coins. I found it very interesting, the idea of having like the proper coins from the channel. So then like here I can like, you can top up the gift cards, packs. So have the I didn't wanted to limit myself because it's complex. I wanted just to create the idea and really have like all these sketch to help me figure out what I want to do. What I want to create. So that make me like really dive more into it, all the CSS and how I want to do. So going more in the web page itself, I'm gonna open this. So here is the web page. Looks nice, right? I figured out to put the video, I figured out to put the buttons also with the hover and put this like animation and this like animation of the get started that gets moving, and then you hover and change colors. It just looks, I like how to do also my logo here that you can see. And then I scroll down. Of course, this is a still work in progress. I only figure out to start with a main page, and then I go down, and I'm also found struggling like to see how make it flow, how make it like everything stands for each. So I separate everything to make like the skeleton of the page, and then I figure out like what flexbox means or what grid means. For example, here on one of the most important things that I figure out is how to separate and give the space for each thing. So for example, here I have like an app center, for example, that is the navigation page. So here I'm deciding like how to really put like, okay, what space I want to do, and deciding between flex or grid. So the way of displaying, you have these two options, displaying of flex or grid. So flexbox, so far I figured out that you have contents that you can put either vertical or horizontal way and make like all of them like stretch and squish to each other. So for example, in this navigation board, you can see there's multiple elements. So you have like one against each other and how they like share the space and everything in between. So for example, here is like two elements, here is also two elements that they all like use this flex, and it's like flexible, in a flexible way they live together. And then I found like, okay, but what is grid? Because you have also the option of grid. So here I found the best way to use grid is like on the containers and the sections. So here I have a bunch of containers. So this whole page is a container. So this container is like divided by grid. So grid is exactly that. It's like you make a grid. It can be like horizontal and vertical, and you decide here how many rows and columns you have. So it's like, imagine a table. So it's like you make your own page a table, and then you decide, okay, I make 3 rows, 2 columns. So here, for example, I make like 1, 2, 3 divisions in the vertical way. So it's like 3 rows. So here's like the first row is all this thing, the second row is all this, and then the third row is this. So I make division of these 3 elements I have. So that made me think, okay, I want these 3 elements there. So I want like to there be divided exactly. So that made me realize like, okay, I need to make this element divided on this part, and then on the middle, and then down there. And that made me think, okay, what is the way of doing this? So that also one of the things I figured out like is the most important, deciding what I want to use, like grid, flex, and what is easier for each job. And then one of the little tweaks that also like maybe we can pack is to figure out how to do these buttons that really like look like simple things, but you have so many ways of doing. And this action I never know what was the definition of the hover and click. Of course, click now that doesn't do anything so far because I'm still busy with it. So here, for example, in this main city button, that is this button over here, I put like when you hover, you can give different styles. For example, I change the background color to white. So if I hover, the background change to white, and that's super cool because it's like, okay, I can give like expressions to. It's like giving these little tweaks that like echoing and giving the color for each element, and that's cool. Also, like this, it also changes the color when I hover, and these buttons and make me realize also like, okay, what fonts I want to use, what style, what colors is something that it sounds technical, but at the end it looks like artistic because you're choosing artistic and design concepts. So then it's all about finding the groove and finding also this animation that also I found out like these keyframes that you make frames that actually you decide for each frame. For example, you divide here in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 0, yeah. So you have like 5 frames, and each frame is like a different color and makes this cool glitch idea. It's not the final thing, but it's just playing around, makes me realize like there's so many possibilities. And this is like, I'm not using any complex thing, it's just HTML and CSS, and just to see the possibilities that I put all on these titles because I don't know, it looks cool for now. And it makes like glitchy, and I also want like, since my music is more dubstep and drum bass and bass sound, it's something like I really enjoy. And then adding the flavor, and because I wanted this video being on the background. So here on this video in the background, like I wanted like to have like very strong images that some video I record like some time ago, that is like this professional vibe. And I was like, okay, how I put the videos, and I figured out like I put it like you have to put it in the behind. So put the video, where was it? Title hero video here, and I push it in absolute, so you have to move you don't want the video to be moved, and cover the whole width and weight, and the opacity also like to work with it. And the zeta index is like when you put on the layers, it's like it feels like layering the sounds, but in a visual way. And you have the video, and also like gives me more okay, this is the groove, this is the flavor I want to go with. So all this like checking the colors and like figuring out what I can do with the code is something that really excites me and really like makes me think, okay, what is the final touches, what I want the links, what I want to start. And even if this is not finished, is exciting to see like I can do this by myself. And of course I'm learning, and I'm excited to see what is the next step. One of the most important lessons that I learned here is that even if a goal seems overwhelmed or seems a big thing you have to figure out, is I'm starting from the beginning. So it's something that I also want to share with you, that I'm starting from the beginning. I want to show this raw video, not editing. I'm just recording with OBS and just showing you what I'm doing so far, because I want to also put this process, this step on my journey as a part of it, not like only showing results, only showing my songs, but also showing what I'm busy with. And that's what also makes me more motivated, because when I look back and see all these things I made, all these songs I made, I see like, oh, actually I was like realizing that journey, that tools I was sharing, that new ideas or new even like skills that I'm learning, is also enjoying part of the process of doing music. And it's beautiful to see like music can give you like more than just music, like also like me diving in this coding and developing new stuff that I'm also very very proud of it. So yeah, this is so far my webpage. If you want to look for my next step, how it's gonna look in so far, just don't forget to subscribe, like, and see on my other videos or my music you can find on my channel, and you can find like what is the style I'm going to, and where is this going. So with further saying, thank you for seeing 20 minutes. You're a OG, and see you in the next one.